Hello, VODheads. We are here with more investigations too. I know some of y'all have been waiting for it. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. It's been a busy-ass week. Busy-ass couple of weeks, actually. But we're here. We're back, you know? And it's good to be back. I was feeling a little bit of dread starting the stream back up, but now that I'm here, now that I'm in it, I'm like, you know? It's good to be here. Good to return to the Edgeworth. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Woo! Look at this snazzy little place. What's for dessert today?
And Jeff Masters, piece of cake.
Oh damn, they got the voice actor in here. Woo! Look at them go. They are styling out here. Oh, I need to eat my little treat. I need to eat my little treat. Speaking of cakes, because I have a little treat that I got on the way home as well. Yeah. All right. This program sure brings back memories. Gregory. Tomorrow I'm heading towards that fateful place with your son. To find out the truth of 18 years ago. Oh man. Sounds like a pretty eventful case. The Fountain Patio. Alright, we're here. Mr. Shields, isn't it about time you told me what this is all about? Why did you bring me to this museum with you? You're not busy now, are you, Miles? I thought it would be nice if we could share the romance of the constellations together. I beg your pardon, but I would like to leave. Sorry. It was just a joke. Do you know about the final case your father worked on? The IS-7 incident? The Intelligent Systems 7? They had 6 more companies after the original? Oh, wait. You mean the thing with my father, yes. Manfred von Karma showed it to me immediately after I became a prosecutor. I viewed the case file again last night after you invited me here. And while I don't remember it very well, I also had been in attendance at the trial back then. When I was young, I loved watching my father do battle in the courtroom. During that trial, it was my father, the defense attorney Gregory Edgeworth, against my former mentor, Prosecutor Manfred von Karma. While the trial ended with the defendant being declared guilty. I see. So you were there too at Gregory's final trial. In that case, I'll cut to the chase and tell you what you want to know. The truth about the IS-7 incident. It happened 18 years ago, during the winter. All the buildings were covered in snow, coating the entire town like a layer of frosting. And it was in this very place that the incident occurred. This was all before Uncle Ray became a defense attorney. His hair was so fucked up back then. Alright, here we are. Almost Christmas. Mr. Edgeworth, this request sure was sudden, don't you think? Indeed. We were contacted immediately after the client was arrested. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I am a defense attorney. Oh boy, as I thought, we are in fact, like... Yeah, we're just playing this one in the past. Sick. I brought my assistant, Raymond, with me to meet our clients, but... Murder on Christmas Eve? This is just too much! Hello. Oh, in the darkness, a miraculous meeting. Welcome, one and all, to the visitor's room. Amazing! So this is what meeting a client is like. It all happened so suddenly, I was completely surprised. I love the fucking officer's jazz hands over there. That's so good. I'm also surprised. 1,000 pardons for startling you. I am merely expressing my happiness through song. Welcome, one and all. I greatly appreciate you coming. So you're the client for this case? Indeed. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I will be representing you in court. Sick hat. This is my assistant, Raymond Shields. Nice to meet you. I'll do my best to help you. Relax, Raymond. Please excuse his jitters. He's working part-time at my office as an apprentice. I thought I'd let him assist me in this investigation. So, Mr. Gregory and Raymond, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. My job involves saving my clients from crimes in which they were falsely accused. First, I should determine if he is truly innocent. First, I would like to know more about you. I have forgotten to introduce myself. My name is Jeffrey Master. What? You mean you're Master Jeff? The world's greatest pastry chef, Jeff Master, the Master Chef? Yes, I am honored that you have heard of me. All my fans call me Master Jeff. I may have to mess around with this voice a little bit more because I was trying to recover from the fact that I did the wrong voice first off, and now it's just turning into fucking Guanum from the Zelda CDI games. Here is the map. Where do you wish to go? Wowzers! I'm totally starstruck. I can't believe I get to meet Master Jeff. Raymond seems to know quite a bit about Mr. Master. Mr. Master Muster. What did he muster? Master Jeff makes fantastic desserts while putting on a song and dance show. Oh boy. Look at them go. They didn't have to animate all that. Let me just finish it. I'll just finish up this snack real quick so I don't get distracted for the rest of the stream. I got caught up in that song myself. Woohoo! I'm so happy I got to sing with Master Jeff! It's my dream come true! Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that as well. Mr. Master, Raymond, shall we return to the matter at hand? Yes, of course. My sincerest apologies for making you wait. Now, where should we start? Tell me more about yourself. You are the world's greatest pastry chef, but you are also skilled in song and dance? Fuck! I guess, it's been a while since I've played the game, so I forgot which button's the skip button and which one's just the skip to the end of the text box button. If you don't have a good time making desserts, you won't make anything good. Creating desserts that bring happiness to one and all is my purpose in life. Master Jeff's desserts are practically works of art. They sparkle and look so delicious. He's famous for his dreamlike desserts. Bringing happiness to all with the dreamlike desserts, Perhaps. Tell me about the case. The incident occurred in your estate, is that correct? Yes, that's where the Great Desserts Contest was being held. It seems that the body was discovered in one of my creations. Damn, in there? They found in one of your desserts? Also, thank you, Ollie. I appreciate it. For that reason, I was arrested by a detective in charge of the initial investigation. I would never do something as vile as robbing someone of their life. I'm certain that the police will also realize that they have made a mistake. Really? Do you know anything about the victim? Currently playing Frontiers on my left monitor. Hey, I mean, fair enough. If you need anything, just holler. I mean, I'm literally right here. I'm here, as it were. He was a man named Isaac Dover. He was one of the competitors in the contest. He was a wonderful man who made desserts of the highest beauty. Why'd he have to die? I see. He truly seems to be grieving over the victim's death. I believe I have a sufficient understanding of Mr. Master's personality. Mr. Master, what did he muster? Mr. Master, before I accept your request, there is one final matter I must confirm. You did not kill Mr. Dover. Can I take your word for it? Yes, that is correct. I did not kill him. No matter what happens, I would never take another person's life. Those aren't the eyes of a liar. I understand. I believe you. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us. The pleasure is all mine. I am grateful to speak with someone other than a detective. Next, we shall begin our investigation of the crime scene. We will report back with our findings once we have finished. Mr. Gregory, Raymond, I wish you good luck! God, even when I don't mean to, it just keeps fucking slipping back into fucking Guanum's voice. Oh. Woo, it sure is cold outside. I didn't expect it to be snowing this hard. Indeed, a blizzard like this will probably not clear up for a while. But even so, this mansion is ginormous. So this is what Master Jeff's place is like, huh? If you're going to hold a contest in your own home, you would need this much space after all. La la la, welcome. Thank you for coming. Hello. Oh! Oh my, are you okay? I'm so very sorry. Would you happen to be Monsieur Edgeworth? Yes, I am Gregory Edgeworth. And I'm his assistant, Raymond Shields. Greetings and welcome, Monsieur Edgeworth and Monsieur Shields. Please call me Catherine Hall. I am in charge of the household affairs of this estate, and am also Monsieur Master's assistant. Ah, no way! You're the famous Kate, aren't you? You know of me? Of course I do. I see you on TV all the time. I'm a big fan of Piece of Cake. Oh goodness, I'm glad to hear that you're a fan. Tell me, what is this Piece of Cake? It's a TV show. It's hugely popular with the kids. Master Jeff and Kate sing and dance while they make delicious treats. Just like this. Are you gonna do it again? Alright, sick. Fuck it up! Yeah! Oh, Monsieur Shields, that was incredible! I always practice along with the show. Maybe I should tell my son about this show. But man, doing this dance repeatedly sure works up your appetite.
Ah, pardon my inconsideration. I've forgotten to take care of our guests. Please relax and have some tea.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Boy, it's been a bit, but we are back with the investigating. We're in the past with Edgeworth's dad. Oh, this is some fine Ceylon tea. I hear the aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration. I see. So this is what Ceylon tea smells like. Oh, these saucers are chilled.
Yes, they help cool the tea more quickly for people who are bad with hot beverages.
I see. These teacups also have a wonderful design.
Oh, thank you very much. They're one of the few pride and joys of our estate, ordered directly from France. They are made by the famed sculptor Pierre Huquet. They are my absolute favorite articles of tableware.
You seem to greatly appreciate this man's works.
Yes, they are like treasures to me.
She appears to be very honest about what she likes. Thank you, Miss Hall, but it's time for us to move on to business. Are there any details that you can give us about the incident?
Ah, you're right. I sometimes get so distracted welcoming guests that I forget myself. To tell the truth, I was the one who discovered Monsieur Dover's body.
So, you were the first one to discover the body, is that it? Is it true that the body was discovered in one of Mr. Master's desserts?
Yes, it was during the judging of the Great Dessert Contest. I heard the sound of something breaking from Monsieur Master's apartment room. Or from his room. Monsieur Master, are you in here? I looked inside the room. I saw Monsieur Dover's body inside the treasure chest.
Fucked up. Thank you very much. I'm sorry to have made you recall such painful memories.
No, I should not be the one apologizing for I should be the one apologizing for not being much help.
Now then, I believe it's time for us to start investigating the crime scene.
Monsieur Edgeworth, Monsieur Shields, please find some way to save Monsieur Master. Monsieur Master is not someone who could commit murder.
Yes, of course.
Just leave it to us. I shall entrust it to you. If you'll excuse me, I have to continue serving tea to the other specters.
Raymond, let's head to the crime scene.
Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh shit! Detective Bad's here! Took me a minute to recognize that man in the coat.
Wow, this whole thing is made of chocolate. Can't believe I'm actually seeing Master Jeff's desserts up close.
Unfortunately, with Mr. Bad being back, that means I gotta tap into the really deep, gruff voice I do for him.
Well, it's not the scene of a murder. I admit I too would have delighted in this occasion. Ugh, now that you reminded me it's a murder scene, I'm getting shivers down my spine.
Perhaps it's because this room was cold to begin with.
Now that you mention it, this room really is cold.
Hey!
Never expected the defense attorney to show up so early.
Hey, pal. Long time no see.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm Jeff Masters' defense attorney, Gregory Edgeworth. And this is my assistant, Raymond.
How do you do?
Detective Tyrell Bad, homicide.
Mr. Bad, the detective in charge of this case. A man of few words. Tastes kinda bitter.
It. He ate the paper. He likes to digest his memos in his stomach as well as in his mind. It's just a strange habit of his, Please don't be too concerned. It would probably be too much to ask him not to be concerned at all. More importantly, Detective Bad, would you give us permission to participate in the investigation? Yeah, Ollie, it's Gregory Eggery. Permission denied.
Why? Mr. Edgeworth is Master Jeff's defense attorney.
Defense attorneys plant false evidence to try and get their not guilty verdict. I don't want their kind to disturb the crime scene.
Mr. Edgeworth would never use false evidence to defend his client.
I can't trust that coming from a defense attorney. Do the police still suspect Mr. Master, even after the investigation? If we didn't, we wouldn't have arrested him. I believe that Mr. Master is innocent. That's why I've come to investigate. Believing in his innocence without investigating the crime scene? How naive. That's why I would like your permission to investigate. By investigating the crime scene, I want to ascertain if my thinking was naive or not. So you don't intend to leave until you've investigated the crime scene, huh?
Yes.
Fine then. I'll give you permission to investigate the crime scene. Thank you. But I'll be accompanying you. I can't trust you defense attorneys after all. If you understand that, you can begin your investigation.
That's a lollipop?
I'm a little surprised myself. Alright, let's begin the investigation. Raymond, be sure to take notes on the case.
Leave it to me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Just begin already. Alright, begin the gay. Look at this thing. This is where the body was discovered. Yeah, the body has been removed, but otherwise the crime scene has remained untouched. Okay. Well, there's a body outline right here, so might as well start there. Boop. It seems that the body was discovered inside this chocolate treasure chest. The person who discovered it was Miss Hall.
Monsieur Master, are you in here?
She heard the sound of something breaking inside this room and came in. She what in? I would like a little more information about this. What's this? Something was dropped inside the treasure chest. This is... seems to be some kind of seal with a design and initials carved into it. It looks like a signet crest. Was it the victims? I don't know if it was the victims, but we should take it for now. Alright, signal crest. Does it hold any meaning? Who can say, really? The voyage of the good ship Red Rum is written here. It sailed the 7 seas and in the end finally found a huge treasure. Modeled after the glory of an ancient adventurer, it's written here. So he failed 6 times. What an unlucky captain. No matter how many times he went on a fool's errand, in the end he reached the truth. He's just like a detective spirit. Detectives even exist during the ancient times? I don't know why I'm so fucking tired. Seems that stand supporting the ship has been broken. The ship tipped over and broke the treasure chest, didn't it?
Maybe. Could the victim have been crushed by the ship and killed?
If that were the case, this would have been an accidental death. You two aren't serious about that, right? Well, we were only discussing one of the possibilities.
I was being pretty serious, though.
Detective Bad, I would like you to tell me about the state of the victim. You mean a photo of the body? Here, look at it all you like. Seems the victim was beaten to death with a blunt object. Has a murder weapon been found? You should try asking the prosecutor in charge later. It seems he doesn't intend to tell me, frankly. So, may I borrow this photograph? Sure. Not a photo that was taken by the police. Miss Hall took a photo of the body with an instant camera when she discovered it. An instant camera? Is that like a disposable camera? An instant camera is a camera that can develop its film right after taking a picture. Ah, such a convenient camera exists? Anyway, let's go over the state of the crime scene a bit. This photo, upon closer examination, contradicts the state of the crime scene. I'll deduce the contradiction to resolve this matter. Alright. Okay. Hold on. The body was recovered by the police. Cause of death, blunt object. Hold on, wait a sec. Oop, oop, oop. Perhaps?
Eureka!
Are you sure the only thing the police removed from the crime scene was the body? Ah, they also took away the piece of cloth the body was wrapped in. In that case, a major contradiction has been created at the crime scene. Contradiction? Detective Bad, please look at the crime scene carefully once more. The bloodstain that should have remained at the crime scene has disappeared. I definitely didn't get any reports about the bloodstain being cleaned up. I'll check with forensics. Mr. Edgeworth, what happened? Comparing the photo and the crime scene, something struck me as being out of place. In the photo, the chocolate underneath the body remained intact inside the treasure chest. However, in the actual crime scene, it's missing. The chocolate with the bloodstain completely vanished! Yes. Did the police remove it, or was this the work of a criminal? According to forensics, no one has cleaned up any bloodstains. I see. Well, that would mean someone erased the bloodstain. Who knows? Give me just a sec. Bap. 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 Due to the broken stand, the ship lost its balance. It would seem Miss Hall entered the room upon hearing the ship collapse. Yeah, when Miss Hall entered the room, the ship had already fallen over. At any rate, I wonder why the stand broke. Bing! Maybe there was something wrong with the ship's balance in the first place. Is that really true? Perhaps, but also... Oh, what's over here? Elegant tableware and cookware are placed on the counter. It looks like the same tea set Miss Hall was using earlier. Was Master Jeff drinking this black tea? On this tea set, only Jeff Master's fingerprints were found. Were his fingerprints found on any other cookware? The cookware was washed. Nobody's fingerprints remained. Or he might have been cooking with gloves on. It seems the only thing here with his fingerprints is the tea set. Okay. What's your deal, bud? Excuse me, but you are... Nice mustache. My apologies. I was meditating. What did you ask, Sir Detective? Actually, I'm a defense attorney. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm his assistant, Raymond. Pardon my late introduction. My name is Dane Gustavia. I am one of the pastry chefs participating in this contest. What kind of desserts do you make, Mr. Gustavia? Yo, what the fuck is he cooking? Okay. My specialty is making desserts out of candy. Aw, what a cute seahorse. It was meant to be a dragon dancing in the sky. Yeah, this is a dragon? I think it would fit better in the ocean than in the sky. I know all too well that design is my weak point. I plan to study design and undergo training in Zhengfa once things are settled down here. I probably shouldn't touch the subject of design any further. Mr. Gustavia, if you aren't related to the investigation, why are you in this room? So a detective wanted to know more about the desserts in this room, so he asked me to come. Since he's one of the contestants, he might know something. Perhaps. It's worth asking. Mr. Gustavia, those instruments you use are quite unusual. Look at him go. These instruments are called candy pumps, and they pump air into the candy. Look kind of like swords. They're so cool. Indeed. Ever since I began using them, no day has gone by where I didn't receive a burn or wound. That's why I wear red clothes, so not a single stain will ever show on me. Making desserts is serious business. I am always training. Does he injure himself because he hasn't trained enough? Probably. Can you tell me about the great dessert contest that was held here? From the looks of this room, it seems the desserts weren't just for eating. The exhibition Sir Master held was a contest in the art of dessert. The art of dessert? Desserts that are true works of art, made solely out of edible materials. The works of art in this room are all made from desserts. Now that you mention it, the whole room is filled with the smell of chocolate. Sir Master exhibits great talent in both flavor and design. If you are not able to surpass Sir Master in flavor and design, you will not be able to win. Beating the world's greatest pastry chef is pretty hard, isn't it? In other words, if I can surpass Sir Master, I shall become the world's greatest pastry chef. That was the prize of this contest. The prize is the title of the world's greatest. In addition to that, there is also Sir Master's treasured angel's recipe. If you want to learn more about the contest, just look at this piece of paper. And now this voice is slowly transforming into some type of Eggman. I can't exactly pin down which version of his voice it is. These were the rules that were given to the participants of the contest. Woo, about the case. Sorry, but I do not know much about the incident. I only learned about the incident after the judging had finished. How was the contest judging carried out? Let's see. Sir Master started judging at 3 p.m. Starting from my room, the judging proceeded in a clockwise direction. I used the room to the right of Sir Master's room, which is the room we're in now. Woo! Next, the room of a female pastry chef named Delicia was judged. A female pastry chef? What kind of person is she? She is a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal. She used lots of cream to make fantasy-themed desserts. And finally went over here to Dover. And lastly, Sir Dover's room was judged. His works were frozen statues made from sherbet. All discovered the body in the middle of Gustavia's judging. She panicked. Because she immediately notified the police, Master continued judging without knowledge that the body had been discovered. As a result, Master judged Dover's room in Dover's absence. It seems we have plenty of room to suspect, Master. I'm lacking in information. It's probably too early to object. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you talking to Mr. Gustavia about earlier? I was asking him about the chocolate frame hanging on that wall. I thought something was missing. I thought if I asked someone who knew a lot about desserts, I could get an answer. Although, thanks to your arrival, I still haven't gotten my answer yet. Well then, since you've been waiting for so long, we can ask you about it right now. I guess you don't understand sarcasm. Mr. Gustavio, can you assist us with this matter? I train in the art of desserts every day. If you have a question about desserts, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you very much. What's going on over here? You can make such a beautiful picture out of chocolate? As expected, Master Jeff. Is this really chocolate? It looks like an actual picture to me. Impressive, Sir Attorney. You noticed well. This picture of an angel is not a dessert, but rather an angel's recipe. The angel's recipe. The prize for the contest. Eh? This picture isn't made of chocolate? Indeed. Within this chocolate frame lies a recipe book. Some master told everyone when he explained the rules of the contest to us in this room. So the contestants knew the recipe was here. How about it? This frame, don't you think it's missing something? This must be what Detective Bad was asking Mr. Gustavia about earlier. This chocolate frame, there does seem to be a part that's missing. That's what's been bothering me as well. Eh? What's missing? I mean, it's right here, isn't it? Look closely at this part of the decorations. You see that one of them is missing? It's true! It's different from the other decorations. This imperfect balance of the decorations is not like some master. On closer examination, it seems this frame is not the only one with missing parts. You investigate further. All the desserts in this room each have one part missing. Whoa! The candle holder and the sailing tools are all damaged as well. Did someone tamper with the crime scene? Bing! Apparently. Perhaps. Maybe Master vandalized the room himself to fool us. Master Jeff wouldn't do that sort of thing to his desserts. Tampered desserts. What if they're connected to the incident? I noticed this as well. These finger marks here are, These are unidentified finger marks. We don't know who they belong to. Since no fingerprints were left behind. Finger marks without fingerprints. These might be related to the case. It's a mystery! He's probably wearing gloves. Ugh. Detective Bad lacks dreams and romance. I don't think there are dreams of romance at a murder scene. Achoo! Are you alright, Raymond? Ugh, this room is way too cold! The fountain patio wasn't very warm either. This room certainly is cool. Do you want to wear my coat? Nope, I'm fine. Because that's something you promised to give me when I become a defense attorney. That's right. Why is the temperature turned down so low? It's been turned down in order to maintain the chocolate's temperature. Why don't you try opening the panel cover on that wall? Panel cover? Whoa, there's a secret panel hidden there. This control panel is installed in all the rooms Sir Master prepared. So as not to detract from the desert's presentation, the cover was closed to conceal it. What does the panel do? It allows you to change the temperature and the lighting in the room. In order to preserve any type of dessert, it can go down to about negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. The room would be like a freezer. It's set to 59 Fahrenheit. No wonder I thought it was cold. I Did my controller just die, or hold on? Okay, no, we're good.
Detective Bad, I'm not allowed to change the temperature, am I?
I was gonna say, it shouldn't have died. I was charging it. I was charging this shit the whole time, like, before the stream. Sure, I sunk 2 hours today into grinding, like, new times on the Sonic Frontiers DLC cyberspace stages, because they're really fucking good. But also, I mean, I still charge the shit, so I don't know. I guess that was just a weird thing that happened, because it seems to be working just fine now. Oop. Don't pause it, you'll give me a heart attack. Preserving the crime scene is the foundation of being a detective.
But I'm not a detective!
A defense attorney can't recklessly damage a crime scene either.
Indeed, Sir Assistant.
Enduring hardship is also a part of training. In order to preserve chocolate, 59 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature. The ideal temperature for chocolate, expected of the dessert chef. No, it is but a trifle. This is basic knowledge that anyone should know if they're a dessert chef. So, what's the ideal temperature for candy and fresh cream? As long as you watch out for humidity and hot temperatures, candy shouldn't melt. But fresh cream around 50 Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature. You need to watch out for humidity and hot temperatures for candy. I see.
Detective Bad seems a bit happy when they're talking about candy.
Is candy one of his favorite things? Perhaps. I already checked this area, but you know, we'll fuck around a little bit. Dessert in the shape of a candle holder. Oh. It's titled Light of Life. It seems that one of these important lights isn't lit. Is it symbolic, or... Who's to say? Give me just the... Yeah! Each of Mr. Master's works had a piece that was missing. Add to that the fact that the ship's chocolate stand was broken. I think we can surmise that someone ransacked this room.
And the one who did it could be a true culprit.
That I don't know. But I think it's safe to say that the ship stand got broken when this room was ransacked. And when the ship fell over, it broke the treasure chest lid. I expect that the lid of the treasure chest was originally closed. Hey, Rubbish. We're here with Gregory Eggery. Hope you're well. Whoop. Let's duck out of here and see if we can talk to anybody else. What are you investigating?
Sir, I'm checking the temperature of the stream.
What have you learned?
Sir, this stream has warm water. The stream is connected to the fountain in the patio and runs through every room.
It's an unusual construction for a room. Minds of the rich. I'll never understand. Hey, Letcher, I'm doing pretty good so far. Oy. The break has done me good. I'm feeling like I'm back in the swing of things. Woo. Alright, let's update those notes. Maybe I should actually read those notes. What was changed? Oh yeah, there's a lot more here. Unclear regarding a part of the treasure chest and a bloodstain. Each of the desserts of Mr. Master's room have one part missing. Before the ship's fall, the treasure chest's lid was closed. Okay. Gotcha. I should make it clear. Jeff Master's the culprit.
Why?
All the rooms in this mansion were locked from the inside. And the only way to open them from the outside was to use this key to the mansion. Do you know who had the key? Master was the only one with the key. There were no spares. By using the mansion key, Master could enter all the contestants' rooms. Of course, the key could also lock his room from the outside. However, Mr. Master's room is currently unlocked. Yeah, so I suspect that Master's the culprit. I'd like to hear your reasoning in more detail. Oh boy. Here we go. Also, is his hair like slightly different? I mean, I guess, you know, since we're in the past, it would be, and it would make sense if it was, yeah. Just, I don't know, it looks a bit different than I remember.
If the body had been found in a locked room, Master would have been the prime suspect. That's why Master made sure to leave the door to his own room unlocked. And to ensure that the body would be seen, Master broke the lid on the treasure chest. After the judging, everyone was scheduled to meet in Master's room. That would have created the impression that the murder had occurred while he was away.
Yeah, it's probably less gray, that's it, yeah. This was like years and years ago.
Contrary to his expectations, the body was discovered by Miss Hall. That's my reason for suspecting it. Got that, Ace Attorney?
Guys, I think we're kind of overusing it a little. I think we're overusing the name drop. So you also think that it was Mr. Master himself who vandalized this room?
Yeah. You defense attorneys believe that justice lies in trusting your clients, but I'm a detective. If I believed every poor sap's story, I'd let the suspicious ones get away.
I understand your reasoning thoroughly. However, I'd like you to hear my thoughts on the subject now. It's my turn to talk.
Fine.
Detective Bad believes he's right, but I won't give up so easily. I can't accept his reasoning. To show him evidence that contradicts it. Woo! If the body had been found in a locked room, he would have been the prime suspect, I guess. So I made sure to leave his own room unlocked. And ensured the body would be seen, Master broke the lid on the treasure chest. That's literally not right, right? Each of the desserts have one part missing. Before the ship's fall, the treasure chest lid was closed. I mean, I guess there's nothing that says that, you know. Well, no. The ship falling broke the lid. It wasn't, he didn't do that on his own.
Objection.
There we go. Originally, the victim's body was hidden inside the chocolate treasure chest. Miss Hall entered the room when she heard a sound. I think it is likely that this was the sound of the chocolate ship falling over.
Yeah, that's what you would think, just by looking at the crime scene.
You said that Mr. Master broke the treasure chest lid himself. But this photo shows that the ship's fall caused the lid to break. If the lid broke just before Miss Hall found the body, then Mr. Master, who was in the middle of judging, could not have broken it. Bitch.
I never said that Master broke the lid directly. The ship was set up to fall during the judging. I believe he tampered with the sand. Objection.
You have proof that he tampered with it.
No, but the investigation isn't completely over yet.
It seems they haven't found anything conclusive. You found any other fingerprints other than Mr. Master's in this room?
Yeah, there was some left on the door.
But the victim, Dover, and Master were also among the fingerprints left behind.
Before we made our desserts, we all gathered here to have the judging explained to us.
I'm just gonna lean more into the Eggman, whatever.
Perhaps that was when we left those fingerprints.
But you didn't find any fingerprints on the works in this room?
What?
Someone tampered with the chocolate in this room. So perhaps there are other fingerprints on it apart from Mr. Master's.
No matter what we find, it won't clear Master of suspicion. Labby, hurry up and dust the chocolate for fingerprints.
Roger that, sir. Detective Bad, we found another person's fingerprints on all the chocolates in the room.
Whose fingerprints?
Fingerprints, my balls. Wait, no, that's not how that goes. They belong to a pastry chef by the name of Delicia.
Good work. Return to the investigation.
Yes, sir.
It would seem that there are other suspicious people besides Mr. Master after all. I don't need a defense attorney to tell me that. I'm not stopping my investigation. We'll just go and listen to what this Delicia has to say. Delicia.
Stavia told us about her not long ago. Is she really a frightening woman who would do anything to achieve her goal?
Mr. Edgeworth, this Delicia lady sounds mighty suspicious to me.
Seems it will be necessary for us to speak with her directly as well. God, I am still not over young Ray's fit. Who let him dress like that? Detective Bad, would you allow us to accompany you?
I'm not obligated to do that.
What?
But you were the ones who discovered the truth of the crime scene. Fine, have it your way. Follow me.
Detective Bad, thank you. Do a little bow. Detective Bad, sir. Are you sure about that? Right now, that prosecutor is in the room.
Doesn't matter. None of this matters. Him and I don't see eye to eye.
Him? Who's the prosecutor in charge of the case anyway?
Manfred von Karma.
Yeah, we knew, but he didn't.
What? Von Karma's in charge? That guy hasn't lost a case in 25 years!
Manfred von Karma, the living legend of the prosecutor's office. If the rumors of his courtroom performance are to be believed, he's a man who would do anything for a guilty verdict. God, just the fact that the case I come back to after 3 weeks of not doing, like, dedicated voice acting series stuff, I'm not counting even this, but, like, the fact that I come back to this and I have to do so many gruff voices and also now my fucking Von Karma voice, good God. This one might be a shorter one. We'll see how it pans out. No matter what kind of prosecutor he is, I can only hold true to the path I believe in. Ooh. Let's save. Damn, look at this. They were styling in here.
Wow, a candy castle! There are even some fairies over there.
I appreciate it, Jacob.
This room seems to be structured in the same way as Master's room.
But it's nowhere near as cold.
This room also seems to have been fitted with a temperature control panel.
What are you doing over there?
That's over by that orange lamp, right?
Indeed. Let's not forget to investigate it later. Even so, this room is like something out of a fairy tale. Is this cream-covered castle Delicia's work?
Where is Delicia?
Oh boy, I gotta workshop this voice as we go along. She's giving me an oi, so I'm thinking it might be, I might have to delve into my horrible British.
Oi, can I help you?
Oh no, I gotta go like slightly higher with it.
Hello, boys. I'm Delicia Scones. In my native England, I'm known as Miss Delicious.
Being called a boy, even though I'm already 34, is certainly a rare experience.
Boys, I understand you calling me that, but Mr. Edgeworth.
As far as I'm concerned, you're all boys to me, even that detective over there.
My name is Bad, not Boy.
Just how old is this woman?
Mr. Attorney, let's just finish our business here.
Right. Oh, there he is.
You, what do you think you're doing, conversing with a mere attorney?
Hey, you just kind of appeared, huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, a scary man came out of the Candy Castle.
Von Karma.
This man is Prosecutor Von Karma?
He just comes out of the castle, yeah.
Eep, it's Manny.
So he's Von Karma. Pleased to meet you, Prosecutor Von Karma. My name is Gregory Edgeworth, Defense Attorney.
Bah! I have interest in the names of defense attorneys.
There's a third disc at the courtroom, not quite.
After all, they only exist to be crushed by me.
I noticed that his wrinkles look a lot less like he has extra mouths in this game.
What a rude man.
That piercing gaze and furrowed brow. Ugh, he's even scarier than the rumors say.
Although that statement was also very rude. Prosecutor Von Karma, would you allow us to investigate too? That's because he's not 135 yet, that's real.
You think I would give information to a mere defense attorney?
As I thought, it won't be that simple. I gotta say, props to Capcom for making sure that the HD trilogy stuff is still readily available for everybody. Because I don't think I would be able to handle it if they remastered it again and they had to remake Von Karma into a 3D model.
However, I'll make a special exception for this room.
Why did he change his mind so quickly?
You, old bloodhound.
Don't call me that. My name is Bad.
Ha! A mere detective speaking back to me. I admire your courage, at least.
That's what you think we could always get another flashback case. That's real. Yeah.
Bad, stand watch and see to it that they don't misbehave.
Why me?
I will not accept your refusal. Well then, I'll be investigating Gustavia's room next.
I hate that the more I do the stupid joke voice, the more it ends up fitting his character.
I'm babysitting again.
I'm just glad, I'm sort of conflicted. I'm both glad and worried that Ace Attorney 7 doesn't exist yet. I'm glad that I just have very conflicting feelings about it not being real yet. Because on one hand, I got so many games to play, I think it's for the best that it's just, like, fake. But also, if by some miracle it ends up happening, there are so many, like, worries I have. Ooh. Instead of being on bad terms, it seems like they hardly know each other.
Mr. Edgeworth, now that we've got Von Karma's permission, we can continue investigating.
Yes, his manner bothers me, but I'm glad we can at least continue the investigation.
Hold it. I also need to investigate this room. I don't want you disturbing the room, so you'll investigate after me.
What? Aren't you the detective in charge of this case? Why haven't you investigated this room yet?
The detective in charge of the initial investigation was a close colleague of Von Karma. I came to take over for him, so I only got to this mansion just recently.
So that's why he and Von Karma aren't investigating together. Detective Bad, will you allow us to investigate with you like before? In doing so, you'll be able to supervise us and also ensure that we don't tamper with anything.
You want me to watch you? You're a strange lawyer.
I'll let you stick around a little longer.
Yay, you did it, Mr. Edgeworth!
Thank you, Detective Bad. But if I decide you're holding up the investigation, you'll have to leave.
It's like he's in the background caked up, kinda, yeah. Yes, I understand. Well then, let's begin the investigation. Bap, 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 bap. Let's look at the castle. I need to see if Von Karma ate anything on the inside.
No, I was just digging out some room for the vents. I know, what a work of fantasy. It's like a fairy tale world.
You all like this fairy tale stuff, don't you?
Sorry, I got a bit too excited, didn't I?
No, it's interesting to me since you're so enthusiastic about it. Unlike my son.
Your son?
He's only in grade school, yet he prefers to read law books instead of fairy tales. I'm worried that he won't be able to make any friends that he can talk to.
Heh, what an interesting kid. I'd like to be his friend.
I think you'd be more of an older brother to him.
An older brother, huh? Well, then I've got some growing up to do.
Yes, and that's why we have to continue with the investigation. Alright, let's look around.
Beep.
The castle doors are open.
When someone opens the door, they really should remember to close it afterwards.
We say it directly to Prosecutor Von Karma, though?
Huh? Looks like there's some stuff inside. Let's see.
Wait. I'll examine it. Stay out of the way. Tuh. This fresh cream melts too easily.
I don't know how he says stuff like that with a straight face. Seems like Detective Bad's shoes got covered in cream. Hey, yo. Why were these objects kept inside the Candy Castle?
If there's anything you want to investigate, you better speak up now.
What about these gold nuggets?
2 big rocks are placed here.
It's like a storage room. Thanks, Rubbish.
Yeah, the inside of the Candy Castle isn't so dreamy. Hey, maybe they're raw gemstones. Who knew that there were such treasures hidden within the castle?
Seems like a rather careless way to handle treasure. Always looks like there's something underneath the rocks.
Seems there's a pedestal attached to both of them rocks.
Of course, it's a pedestal for displaying the gems.
Well, in any case, this is no ordinary object. Okay. But wait, there's more. There's more hexagons. This pillar has a hexagonal recess.
It looks like a pedestal, but it has nothing in it.
Hexagonal recess, huh? I wonder what would have been put in there.
Giant strawberry would fit with the fresh cream.
Detective Bad, I don't think strawberries are hexagonal. Hexagonal? God, just put me on the fucking spot, why don't you?
I was just hoping.
And I hope it's a banana.
I prefer blueberries. God, this fucking serious ass detective being like, yo, what if strawberries were hexagonal, dude? Anyway, fit those together, would ya? This rock's pedestal is a similar shape to the recesses on the castle's pillars. Perhaps the rock is meant to be placed on top of the pillars?
Oh, that's right. They're both hexagonal.
I wonder why they were hidden inside the castle, though. Not sure. Two big rocks, like a, okay. That's treasure. Seems like there's a careless way to handle treasure. Something underneath it, yeah, okay. I just thought maybe, you know, put them. Is there anything else I can? No, I don't think they were beaten to death with melted desserts. Though I don't know that for sure. Let me talk to you, actually.
Huh? Miss Delicious, you don't seem as energetic as you were earlier.
Delicia, could I just ask, did something happen with Von Karma?
Yesy, there's nothing of the sort.
But you just said yesy.
That yesy just now was only a greeting. You're a cute boy. I like you. What's your first name?
It's Raymond, but
Well, Ray Ray, I think you'll make a good man yourself someday.
Ray?
How about that? I think you have a way with British ladies. Excuse the fuck out of me.
She's a little different from my image of a lady.
Why don't we listen to what she has to say? Okay. Could you tell me about your actions during the contest?
Yes, we began making desserts for the contest around 10 o'clock.
Basically, I was in here making desserts the whole time. At 1:30, I joined the afternoon tea for about an hour or so.
Afternoon tea? It's a social occasion where conversation is had over black tea and cakes.
Ah, so it's pretty much a tea party.
Well, I suppose.
Oh, Greggy, you're a smart boy, aren't you?
When did I become Greggy? When was the afternoon tea held?
It took place in the gardens outside the fountain patio. It's our customary break time during the contest. It's always held at the same time. Today there were just 3 of us who took part. Jeffy, Katie, and me. Since Jeffy had already finished his creations, he was there from beginning to end. Icy and Gusty didn't join in because they hadn't finished their desserts yet.
So, everyone other than Mr. Dover and Mr. Gustavia participated.
Yes, actually, I hadn't finished my dessert yet either. I just wanted to try some of Jeffy's handmade pastries and Katie's fresh brewed tea. So, after I had eaten my fill, I returned before everyone else.
During the contest, did you enter any of the other contestants' rooms?
What are you saying?
We found your fingerprints on the dessert at the crime scene.
You found them?
Are you admitting that you were at the scene of the murder?
I admit it, but I'm not the murderer. It's the honest truth. Please hear me out.
Okay, sheesh. What were you doing in Mr. Master's room?
The truth is, I was studying his desserts.
Studying?
Because Jeffy's so talented at making sweets. Well, nobody was in his room at the time. I just decided to study his works for a bit. Bing.
But you were just looking. You wouldn't have left your fingerprints behind.
Yes, it's natural that I left fingerprints on the desserts. For the sake of research, I ate some of his desserts. Yeah, isn't that like stealing food?
Couldn't be. What who wrecked Mr. Master's room was...
I'm sorry. It wasn't my intention to vandalize the room, but I did eat a few parts of the desserts in his room.
Oh, you ran into the Chaos Island squid. I see how it is. Hold on. I have an emote for this somewhere. Yeah.
I secretly ate little bits and pieces so Jeffy wouldn't find out.
So, did you eat the ship's stand as well?
Yes, I did.
The chocolate ship broke because of you.
I'm sorry.
So the reason she left the afternoon tea early was to preserve her appetite.
But you've got to believe me on this. I'm not the murderer.
Her actions are sufficiently suspicious, but I won't press on it yet. Is there anything we can present to you, though? Because like, the present thing is there. Usually that's not there if we don't have something to say.
Oi, that thing you've got there is rather cute, Greggy. But the color is rather unappealing. Now, if I were to coat it with fresh cream...
Stop it! Okay, so nothing doing. What's this again? Like you unlocked the rooms in the mansion. Got ya. Okay. There's a cover on the wall, just like in Mr. Master's room. Let's open it up.
The room temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and the lights are set to green.
Gustavia said that 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature for fresh cream. This room temperature is too high. This is intriguing.
cute candy fairy sitting on a tree stump. The cream decorations are melting. Fairy seems to be well made, but something feels slightly off. Hey, buddy.
Don't turn around, don't turn around. If you do, you're only gonna eat that castle.
This forensics officer seems to be on a diet. Alright, what else can we look at? There's a burner and some chemicals over here. They were probably used to make desserts. What are these chemicals? The writing on the labels say... Number 1, Punch Out, and number 9, Suffer. Are they poisons?
No, they are both used to make desserts. Seems to be artificial flavoring and coloring. Punch Out's a catchy name for a fruit punch essence.
Very misleading.
What bothers me is what Sufferin stands for. We may never know. Okay, it's the same over here.
What is it, Mr. Attorney? Something about that ladder bothering you?
Detective Bad, it's actually a stepladder.
They're both the same to me.
They're completely different. Look at their basic nature.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, you tell him.
Alright, glad we got that one out of the way. What's up over here? Here are all the tools used to make desserts.
Everything from a bucket of fresh cream to a brush and a trowel.
Looks more like a construction worker's tools.
Hey now, boys, don't underestimate this. Don't underestimate.
I can't fucking figure this one out.
Don't underestimate, mate, the work of a pastry chef. It's completely different from the construction work, where they cover the walls with cement. We use the trowel to smear the cream and the brush to clean any uneven parts.
How is that different from construction work?
Okay. It's foreign all, yeah. Oh shit, wait, was that new? Fuck. The blue cloth and the rocks inside the castle. Well, either way, we get the gist. There are two things inside this castle. I wonder if they belong to Delicia. Delicia? Those things in the castle, what are they used for?
Those, I'm afraid I can't tell you.
It looks like Von Karma is keeping her silent.
I've been found out. He'll get mad at me if I talk.
Prosecutor Von Karma doesn't intend on being upfront with this information.
It's such a shame. We finally figured out where the rocks are supposed to go. Could it be that you're interested in my goods? Your goods? Those are my popular relaxation goods.
You mean the rocks and the cloth?
Yes, that's right. You see, they're not actually rocks, but special lamps made from rock salt. Wow, so those are lamps. It gets even more exciting, because this cloth also has an amazing secret.
Since we showed her interest in our goods, she became quite talkative.
Since we got them out, come experience the therapy, boys. Barry, could you put everything up?
It's not baddie, it's bad.
I mean, it's kind of a bad, I don't know.
So you won't do it? Is Barry being a bad boy?
Just don't engage, just don't engage, just don't engage. Bobby! Are you done photographing this room?
Yes, sir, I am.
Then go help Delicia.
Yes, sir, I'm on it. Thanks, I just knew you were a good boy underneath, Barry. It's delicious, that was amazing. You persuaded Detective Bad. Thanks a lot, Barry, and you too, Forensies.
She even gave the forensics a nickname. I think that's her way of showing she cares.
What's so therapeutic about these things anyway?
We don't have time for that now, Barry. The show's about to begin. Forensies, finishing touches, please. Yes, ma'am. Wow, it's so beautiful.
It really is. Wish my son could see this.
told you so, right? The four fairies and the curious candy castle was the theme of my work. It's so sparkly and cute, right?
It seems like one of them is missing something.
The truth is, I had planned to unveil it during the contest.
Well, I'm glad I got to show it to you boys.
Huh? Doesn't look like the rock salt lamps are lighting up. Huh? I wonder why.
I think I'll need to examine the rocks and the fairies again. Alright, let's get it. Oh, shit. Looks like both the lamps and the pillars are broken.
Both their light bulbs are broken.
Maybe they were dropped on the floor.
There's some sort of red
Stain on the lamp's surface.
This stain, could it be?
That smell. There's no mistaking it. That's a blood stain.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a blood stain?
Why is there a blood stain on this lamp? Wonder if this has something to do with the lamp bulb being broken. I shall have to take a look at the other lamp here. Sure thing. This is where Alicia originally intended to put the lamps.
I don't get why she put them in the castle.
Since they're broken and don't light up, maybe she decided to put them out of the way.
If you want them out of the way, there are many other places to store them.
It's like that old saying, hide the salt in the sugar bag.
I think the saying goes, hide a tree in the forest. If Alicia intended to use these lamps as decorations during the contest, it creates a contradiction with that piece of evidence. Okay, well, before that... There is evidence that the victim was beaten to death with a blunt object. What's more, there's a bloodstain on one of the broken rock salt lamps. Could this lamp have been the murder weapon?
You're right! It could have been used as a weapon!
Labby, is the blood analysis on this rock salt lamp finished?
Yes, sir. It finished just a few moments ago.
The blood stain on that lamp belonged to the victim.
You heard what he said.
Alright, add that to the record. The murder weapon was hidden in Delicia's room. We need to consider her one of the suspects as well. Okay. Actually, did I ever read these? Hold on. Contestants' rooms will be judged starting from the left. Afterwards, all parties will meet in Jeff's room. All decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Entering another contestant's room before the judging is done is prohibited. Okay. Well, I'm glad I checked that, because now I understand. Hit it up. Detective Bad, please read the contest leaflet. Any decorations not made from desserts are prohibited. Huh. These rock salt lamps and the fluorescent cloths go against the rules.
So maybe that's why they were hidden in the castle.
Oh shit, that's Pro CD. That's funny as hell, actually. But also good for him. Bro really worked his way up from like doing like a voice in a fan translation all the way to now in Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative doing like real like actual like professional fucking voice acting stuff in like officially like released video games, which is crazy. He's in Detective Pikachu too? Fuck! I wonder about that. I think we should investigate further into Delicia's actions. Alright. Let's look around. They wanted me to look over here too, right? Or somewhere around here. Unlike the other fairies, this one doesn't have a fluorescent cloth.
It's delicious. It's not right to leave one out.
Also, not to get on a tangent. It's not a tangent. It's just like a side thing about Detective Pikachu. I've been seeing some out of context stuff pop around on social media, and what the fuck happens in those games? It seems genuinely a little insane.
I don't like it either, but one fluorescent cloth and a machine has gone missing.
I just need to know the context about why Detective Pikachu is in the scene where, like, a guy is, like, talking to his wife about wanting a divorce, is all. You lost a cloth and a machine. What sort of machine is it? But on the other hand, maybe I don't want to know the context. Maybe it's funnier without it. You can always stream it and find out. I'm not really much of a Pokemon person. I just never really got into the series, unfortunately. And B, I can't really justify $50 on that. I'll never entirely write it off, but at the moment it doesn't seem like it'll happen for a while.
Oi, let me tell ya. Each piece of fluorescent cloth is hooked up to one of these machines. The machine is called a rainbow light device. Light is sent through the cable and into the cloth, which is made of optic fibers. Just fiddle around with the settings a bit and it'll turn into all sorts of colors.
Ollie found another squid. Nice.
When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. When it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cool ice. Powered by a long-lasting battery that's resistant to changes in the temperature.
I'm not very familiar with these kinds of devices.
Mr. Edgeworth, she's saying it's a machine that transmits light to the special cloth.
I see. It's amazing what they come up with these days. So, one rainbow light device and one fluorescent cloth are missing.
Yeah, see, that's right. Wherever could they be?
It's fluorescent cloth. Let's add it to the court record, because why not?
Is it time to fuck around with logic stuff? Perhaps. Perhaps. Perhaps.
The reason the fresh cream is so fragile is due to the temperature in this room. So my shoes got creamed because the room temperature is set at 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Speaking of which, when you opened the castle door, the doorknob didn't break. Yeah, it was stronger than I thought. Strong? A dessert? Detective Bad, could you have a closer look at that doorknob? Huh?
Huh?
It would seem this doorknob is not a dessert. And it's not just the doorknob. The castle and the fairies are just plastic molds coated in fresh cream.
Then this isn't a dessert piece at all.
It would seem they're just fake desserts covered in fresh cream.
Uh-oh. Using decorations that were against the rules and making fake desserts. A lot of Delicia's actions seem suspicious.
Yeah, doesn't seem like she's aiming to be the world's greatest pastry chef.
Also, the temperature of this room is way too high. Is there a reason for that?
I wonder.
I think we should ask Delicia directly.
Girl, you've got some explaining to do. Delicia, why is the room temperature set to 68 degrees Fahrenheit?
The cold doesn't agree with me, plus it's bad for the body. This figure just doesn't maintain itself, you know. Naturally, as a lady, I want to look young forever. I wonder how old Miss Delicious really is.
Raymond, the true gentleman never asks a woman their age. Damn, channeling that like big time Leighton, huh?
This room is mainly filled with cream. And 50 degrees Fahrenheit is the recommended temperature for preserving fresh cream.
What? Really? Oh, it's all gone to waste.
Looks like Miss Delicious didn't know.
I thought she was supposed to be a first-class pastry chef.
The fake desserts and the rule violations, and now, her lack of basic knowledge. Looks like she keeps many secrets. Well. Bap, bap, bing. Alicia's knowledge in the art of dessert making is lacking in the fundamental areas. And she claims she went into the Mr. Master's room in order to study his desserts. These actions and ideas are not fitting of someone aiming to be the world's greatest pastry chef.
Yeah, they don't sound like the words of a pro. It's like she doesn't even realize it. Or
maybe she isn't a real pastry chef. Perhaps she had some other intention. It's possible she didn't go into the room to study desserts.
So then, are you saying Miss Delicious is the criminal?
We can't say that for sure yet. But I know she's hiding something from us.
Ooh, investigation complete.
that's enough investigating.
We found much more than I expected. And yet, something from before still bothers me. Prosecutor Von Karma must have found the murder weapon in this room. So then, why did he let Delicia be? Firstly, I must ascertain Von Karma's true motives. Detective Bad, I'd like to ask Prosecutor Von Karma something.
I've also got business with him. And Delicia there too.
What's the idea, Batty? Don't glare at me like that.
It seems Detective Bad also has his doubts about Delicia and Von Karma. Delicia, would you come with us for a moment?
Yesy, that's fine. What for?
We have to find Von Karma. There are some things we need to talk about. Hey, fucker. Prosecutor Von Karma. We need to talk about this case.
Tisk, tisk. Tisk, from the look on your face, I assume you found the murder weapon.
Yes. We discovered the murder weapon in Delicia's room. It would seem Mr. Master isn't the only suspect in this case.
Bah, that's not true. Where the murder weapon was found does not change the fact that the Master is the culprit. As long as I am here.
Why is Von Karma so sure of himself? Well then, aren't you going to explain why the murder weapon was in Delicia's room?
Naturally, if you wish to know, I'll tell you.
Oh boy, here we go.
In order to pin the crime on Delicia, Master used the rock salt lamp to kill the victim. And deposited the murder weapon in Delicia's room. If he had left the murder weapon at the crime scene, Master would have been the one suspected. He couldn't move the body, but it was easy to move the murder weapon. Ergo, there would be no evidence pointing to a specific culprit at the crime scene.
Oh. Mr. Master took the rock salt lamp.
Precisely. I carried out the Oh my god. I carried out the investigation myself. There could be no room for doubt.
You have evidence that he moved it.
That will not be necessary. Tisk, tisk. If you have an objection, say it. Tisk. Do you think a mere defense attorney can break my logic?
I mean, fuck, dude, we'll sure try. Rock salt lamp and deposited the murder weapon in Delicia's. If he had left the murder weapon at the scene, Master would have been the one suspected. Couldn't move the body, but it was easy to move the weapon. There would be no evidence pointing to a specific culprit at the crime scene. Ratio? It's true that the murder weapon and bloodstains disappeared from the vicinity. However, there was still one piece of incriminating evidence left behind. Take a look at this photograph, which was taken when the body was first discovered. Look at this graph! This cloth was used to wrap the body. Doesn't it remind you of the fluorescent cloth from Delicia's room?
Abe! Oh, my fluorescent cloth was at the crime scene.
Welcome back, Letry.
Ha! Fluorescent cloth. You! Just what part of this cloth is fluorescent?
I guess Von Karma doesn't know about this cloth's secret.
It looks like a normal cloth at first glance, but if you use this rainbow light device, you can make it glow.
Prosecutor Von Karma? He seems a little surprised.
I don't think it was the cloth's ability to glow that surprised him. One sheet of this fluorescent cloth is currently unaccounted for. Now, I'd like you to look at the color of the cloth in this photo. Don't you think it looks like the color of the fluorescent cloth before it's been lit up? Both the rock salt lamp and the fluorescent cloth originally belonged to Delicia. Wouldn't it be natural to assume that this cloth was used to wrap the body? Prosecutor Von Karma, I believe the present conditions give us much reason to suspect Delicia.
Abe!
Man, just the animations in this one are very delightful.
Hold it, Greggy. Do you really suspect me?
I don't yet know if you are the culprit, but it is true that you're hiding something, am I right? I mean, I guess it's a good thing they went off with the bang animation-wise, because if I have my timeline correctly, this was the last sprite-based Ace Attorney game before they shifted the models.
Oh, that's...
So, you're saying that the murder weapon and the cloth were originally from Delicia's room?
Yes.
Tisk, tisk.
What's so
Tisk.
Okay. What's so funny?
Just as I expected from you. The murder weapon and the cloth are not from her room. How unfortunate for you.
What does he mean?
Before the contest began, Master noticed a violation of the rules. He confiscated the cloth and the rock salt lamp and kept them in his room for safekeeping.
What?
The victim was not seen as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master. And the murder weapon, the rock salt lamp, was being kept in Master's room. This should be the decisive evidence in proving Master's guilt. Defense attorney. You've lost to me before you even had a chance to stand in court.
What's this?
What? Was all our investigating for nothing? Miss Delicious, why didn't you tell us about your confiscated items?
Well, Manny said I'd look suspicious if I did.
Prosecutor Von Karma?
And it's true, you all suspect me, don't you?
Tisk, tisk. How clumsy of you, defense attorney.
On Karma. So that's why he let us investigate Delicia's room.
And in your clumsiness, there's one more thing I need to inform you of. Tisk. 2 sets of fingerprints were found on the murder weapon.
2?
Yes, they belong to Jeff Master and Delicia Scones.
Man, the tisk bit is not hitting as hard when I don't have Ollie to bounce off of, like, in voice, like, you know, talking to him. It's like... Ollie, we need to get on Ace Attorney 2 at some point. Probably after your Halloween stuff, but you know.
No other fingerprints were found. After Master killed Dover with the confiscated rock salt lamp, he foolishly concealed the murder weapon bearing his own fingerprints in its owner's room. Tisk, tisk. I only did 2 this time. There will be no third tisk hitting the courtroom. I don't even need to prove my case in court. I have more than enough perfect evidence to prove Master's guilt.
Hold it! That's not what the text box said, but that's not what the, like, little pop-up said, but, you know. I still have some doubts about the fluorescent cloth found in Mr. Master's room.
Bah! Irrelevant. After disposing of the body, he intended to return it to Delicia's room.
I feel like I've completely fucking lost the Charlie's grandma and his voice, and now it's just this, like, really slimy fucking voice, dude. The bit has been abandoned. It's become genuine. It's, oh god. I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't have enough information to refute Von Karma's reasoning.
Tisk, tisk. Nothing left to say. If your job is done, leave this place. That's...
I can't give up yet.
We wasted enough time as it is. Bad, take them away.
There are still some doubts left in our investigation. Detective Bad!
Tisk, what's the meaning of this?
It's not my nature to leave any doubts behind. There's still one piece of evidence that has yet to be identified.
Oh shit. That's right! There's still the traces someone left behind!
Bah! Talk about your doubts as much as you want later. But this, my dear attorney, is none of your business!
No, I also have some doubts about one piece of evidence. Yo, One Piece? It's likely that I have the same doubts Detective Bad has.
What?
This is the piece of evidence left in Mr. Master's room that is yet to be identified. It's the fucking... It's this, right? Yep. Somebody left gloved finger marks on one of Mr. Master's desserts. If these were the killer's finger marks, then it's possible that the killer also didn't leave any fingerprints on the murder weapon.
How did you know about the state of the crime scene?
I gave them permission to investigate.
Bad, what possessed you to lead a defense attorney into the crime scene?
I don't recall you telling me not to let them in.
Bah, such impudence. You'd best remember, Bad. Your salary review depends on me.
Uh-oh. Yep, the salary bit just seems to just transcend, like, time, yeah.
This isn't good for Bad. I'm so glad I have a kind boss like Mr. Edgeworth.
Your salary review depends on how much you perform here.
I'm surprised at what a mere attorney like you managed to uncover in such a short time. However, it's possible those finger marks were Master's own doing. As he always wore gloves while cooking.
Do you have evidence that those finger marks were left by Master? And moreover, there are still a few points of suspicion surrounding Delicia.
Oh? You still haven't given up on that?
Greggy, you still suspect me? I've already apologized for stealing a few bites.
I don't want to suspect you. However, I can't easily trust those who tell lies. You must still be hiding something.
Greggy is a bully.
Don't you know the temperature fresh cream must be kept at? You call yourself a dessert chef, but you lack even the most basic knowledge.
Oh dear, I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge.
In your case, it's not even about the lack of knowledge. In truth, you don't even know how to make desserts, do you?
Defense attorney! Stop trying to force your own reasoning. In a court of law, the evidence tells all. If you say the witness is lying, show it with evidence.
Okay, sure, buddy. Fucking every time, Jesus. I can never get it quite right. The only things Alicia made were those that broke the rules.
The lamp and the cloth that broke the rules are being held in Master's room. There is no way the witness could have returned them to her room.
Those were not the only fake desserts she made.
What?
Now I know that sounds bad. The desserts may look like something out of a fairy tale at first glance, but in reality, they are nothing but mannequins decorated with cream. Apart from the cream, they're all fake. This is not something one aiming to become the world's greatest pastry chef would do.
Is this true bad?
Yes, my shoes can attest to that. They were thoroughly creamed.
Will that be enough to convince Prosecutor Von Karma?
Once he sees what Delicia has done, he'll have no choice but to be convinced. Delicia, the fact that your actions could lead you to being a suspect is no laughing matter.
That's... I didn't murder...
Is it time you all told us the whole truth? Who are you, and why are you indulging yourself in another contestant's work?
Yesy, I understand. The truth is, I'm not really a dessert chef like I led you to believe. I'm actually a pharmacist.
Oh.
What? A pharmacist?
That's a completely different occupation. Why is a pharmacist like you participating in this contest?
I just love eating desserts. I joined because I thought I'd be able to eat some Jeffies. I never thought I'd end up making it to the finals.
Wait, I've heard of fake until you make it, but Jesus Christ, that is like, to an extent that like, I don't think anybody here was ready for. Even Prosecutor Von Karma is at a loss for words. Really, yeah, no, like I said, nobody here was ready for it.
So that's the real reason you entered the contest? Yesy, as expected. Jeffy's desserts were oh so good.
So, the gloved finger marks on the picture frame, they were your doing?
No way, I never wore gloves.
Alicia's fingerprints were found on Mr. Master's chocolates. So is it true that she wasn't... So it is true she wasn't wearing gloves?
Yesy, exactly. You do believe me, Greggy. Is your face stuffed with nothing but desserts? No, I'm so sorry, Manny.
I think it's her belly that's stuffed. Were Master's desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no. And after the afternoon tea, I also ate Icy's desserts.
You entered the victim's room?
Yesy, exactly. The room was empty after all.
Perhaps the victim was already dead by then.
But my first bite tasted way too salty and I couldn't eat it. I ate a delicious star-shaped dessert that was nearby.
It's delicious. You really are a glutton. It is rare to see a woman with this kind of appetite.
That's all I did. Greggy, Manny, everyone. I'm sorry I caused you trouble.
Now that you told us the truth, everything's fine. There's no need to apologize.
This does not mean that your testimony is trustworthy. I'll be investigating the victim's room after this. Only then will I decide if your testimony is true.
Prosecutor Von Karma, I'd like to go as well. I also need to ascertain whether my reasoning up until now has been correct.
I'll let you follow, but I have no intention of letting you investigate.
That's enough for me. Alright, let's head over there. Let's see what's going on.
This? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, damn. The dessert adorning the victim's room had disappeared without a trace. Was this the true killer's doing? A body that was hidden inside a dessert and a murder weapon that was moved. Further investigation would be required to arrive at the truth of this case. Damn, shit, 2 parts down already? Why is... I mean, I assume there's definitely more parts in this one than the last case, but also just going through them way faster than last case. Okay. Whew. I think I'm going to do one more part before I call it a stream. But also, I need to take a break, get some more water, and just generally, you know, limber up a little. So I will be back in a little bit. So, see you in a bit. Oop. Hello, we are back. There was definitely not a wrong layout change that I cut from the VOD. But yeah, we're back. We're in like the third case now, so yeah. We've known Ray for a bit, and we just got through like a little bit as Gregory, which was a lot of fun. But now it seems we are continuing in the present for a bit, so that's always nice. Oops, I guess I went on for a little too long there. Something like that happened. I had no idea. None of the case files I read went into such detail. Well, I doubt there would be anything in there that could be inconvenient to the prosecution. Especially with that Von Karma at the head. How'd the investigation go from there? The deserts had disappeared from the victim's room. So the investigation hit a rough patch. Thanks to that, it took about a whole year before a verdict was handed down. 1 whole year? This is before the whole 3-day pre-trial system was established. Trials didn't need to finish in the short amount of time that they do now. I see. You ever find out why the victim's dessert disappeared? Oh, well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture made from sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted. Why'd you do air quotes around that? However, that might not quite be the case. What do you mean? This museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion. Mr. Master, you've seen what he mustered. The stage of the IS-7 incident. In this very place, they're exhibiting the Sherbet Salon from 18 years ago. Victim's dessert? Yep, though it could just be a replica of the original. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today. Check it out. And for your old man, too. Now then, let's get a move on and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. Okie dokie. Winter Palace should be, Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields, according to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. Let me just flash that pamphlet on the screen so we don't have to address it any further. Really? I could have sworn it was this one. Alright, let's get it. We gotta confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. Alrighty. Oh shit, is that? We got the girl boss and the male wife on the left. Let's go. Man, it's still as cold as ever. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze solid. It seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. With the light dimmed like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. I think the control panel for the room temperature is on the back wall. Miles, why don't you check what temperature is set up for me? Uncle Ray's gonna give the curator a piece of his mind later. It's way too cold in here. Very well. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay. Or freeze, to your heart's content. I'll get that camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Understood. Whoop.
Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Master Mask is here! Yes, it's me! I'm Master Mask! Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested. Well, if we don't plan properly, we won't be able to sell it.
What are these two talking about? Let them have their fun, I guess, unless they get in trouble, in which case, I don't know. There's a boy with a school bag. Did he come to the art gallery by himself?
She even queried a job in order to run this museum. I don't really get it.
Perhaps one of his parents knows the curator. If this one is supposed to be a reference to another case, I'm afraid I don't remember this one very well. What to look at first? I guess just these over here. There are two sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. Impressive, huh? The sculptures are made of ice. Yes. My father never got to see these ice sculptures. And now, 18 years later, I'm standing right here before them. We do not know that child. Okay. Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way a little? Huh? Like this? Yes, just like that. Mr. Shields, you're not... Say cheese! Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me. God. Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera works okay. That camera looks quite old. Yeah, well, that's because it's an old-fashioned camera. You know, an instant camera. It automatically develops the photos after shooting. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, I know, though I've never used one. You're quite the know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room. Okay. Boop. His face has taken on an unusually serious expression. He's probably thinking about the IS-7 incident. Man, I snapped a bunch. They're already developed, see? He shoved them in my face before I could reply. Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-It-All. Do you know what these two sculptures represent? They're sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from the winter constellations. Oh, bingo! Not bad, Miles. That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace. Uncle Ray's feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo, too. Thanks. Alright, put that there. Are these replicas of the constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago? Yeah, looks like these two sculptures are also made out of sherbet. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures in photos, but these sculptures look like the real deal. This is what you wanted to show me? Yeah, I think your old man would have wanted you to see it as well. I'm sorry, Uncle Ray didn't have the courage to come here alone. Don't apologize, this was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case. That means a lot to me. So, you want me to take another commemorative photo? No, thanks. Can I look at these too? For some reason, a giant block of ice is on display. There's a description written on the surface. Castor and Pollux. Every December, large meteor showers appear in the direction of these two stars.
And so, Master Mask, and then I...
Those two are being rather noisy and distracting. It can't be helped. I should go look at another exhibit. How about this one? Giant block of ice. Appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface, there's an image of stars and a written description. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises a part of the Taurus. And for all these stars to be grouped together as a cluster, the ways the ancient people must have been very imprecise. Perhaps. Anything else to look at? This rock salt lamp is lighting up the constellation charts. I see. Gemini and Taurus are constellations that can be seen in the water. Winter. You don't see stars in the water. What am I talking about? Since this is the Winter Palace, perhaps that explains the winter constellations made of sherbet. According to the pamphlets, the other palaces are made of crystal. But for the Summer Palace, I think it'd be more fitting if it were made out of shaved ice. Well, no, that would make it exactly the same as this room. Why is the first message in chat about... Look, that seems like a timing problem. But also a rubbish moment. Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Huh? It's locked. Makes sense. They wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 Fahrenheit. I find you upsetting. Damn. Ugh. Now that is cold. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze to death. I guess I'll need to find someone. To share heat with. Preferably a beautiful lady. Kill yourself! Sorry, that one just kind of slipped out. Oh, are you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. Alrighty, now that I've got some pictures of this room, let's check out the other palaces. Might as well see them all since we're already here. I suppose you're right. Who's screaming? That yell just now. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles. You got me fucked up. Leave me alone! There's someone passed out on the floor, and that man there is... Larry! What are you doing here? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here? Edgy! I saw something that no one should ever have to see! Again! Larry, calm down. Why is there someone passed out here? I didn't do anything. He just fell down all of a sudden. This man, he can't be.
Excuse me, but what is the matter here? You can't raise such a ruckus in the museum, boys.
This scent is... Seems like he's still breathing, but this is a bad situation. Miles, it's not safe here. Get everyone out. Everyone get away from that room right now. There's poison gas coming out from it. Oh, damn. But no, I'm just... I suppose I'm not upset. He hasn't done anything, like, wrong yet, but it's also like, damn. Larry is really out here in both investigations games, huh? Yes, yet. I don't know why. I've seen him now in 1, 2, 3. I believe 4 games beforehand, but I am still giving him the benefit of the doubt for some fucking reason. Mr. Shields, how is the victim? It looks like he breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. He's still unconscious. According to a doctor in the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by a specialist in the infirmary. I see. Mr. Shields, is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's Dan Gustavia, who was involved in the IS-7 incident. The pastry chef? So he was involved in the case 18 years ago. At least the other guy's doing alright. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Yes, you could say that. It is fortunate you were not hurt, Larry. Like, what's you could say that's supposed to mean, Edgy?
How could you treat a childhood friend like that? That's just cruel. And also, when I'm dressed like this, I'm called Larice Donum, you know.
Oh, my bad. In this case, this is only the second time we've met Mr. Larice. Actually, no, wait, third, right. Wasn't he also taking on that persona in Spirit of Justice? Fuck.
So don't call me Larry, it's Larice.
This man is Larry Butts. He's nothing but trouble, but he's been one of my friends since grade school. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art and assumed the alias Larice Donum. But a Butts by any other name would smell just as much.
Really? You two are childhood friends?
I better report that to your old man, too. Serve human rights no matter what his name is. Damn, get him! I'm sure it'll bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends.
Good for you, Edgy. Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me?
My father was worried about something like that. But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry?
How many times do I have to tell you, Edgy? I'm Larice.
What are you doing in a place like this?
Yikes, don't glare at me when you talk.
So are you gonna tell me?
Isn't it obvious? I've come here to study art. I'm gonna take Mandy on a date here, so I was just doing some scouting beforehand.
Aren't you just using art as an excuse to go on a date?
Not bad, Larice.
Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, man.
Oh, now you're talking my language, dude. Oh, man.
I think I'm getting a headache. By the way,
Larice.
Oh no, they're insufferable together. I did not account for those two having, like, a moment together. That just made me deal a little bit of psychic damage. I mean, that dealt a little bit of psychic damage to me, I guess I should say. Did you notice anything strange when you found the victim?
Nah, not really.
Nothing that would make you say,
I saw something that no one should have ever had to see. Oh yeah, that. I was just surprised when I saw that old dude fall down out of nowhere like that. I didn't do anything this time for once.
is that anything to brag about? How many hours until they just fucking... Come on.
Visitors, we wish to deeply apologize for the disturbance. I'm the curator of this museum. My name is Catherine Hall.
She's also one of the people involved in the IS-7 incident.
Hello there, Miss Kate.
Monsieur Shields, thank you for your continued assistance.
She was the woman we saw at the reception. So, she's the curator here.
We apologize for the inconvenience, especially since it's the opening day.
No, you don't have to apologize for a thing, Miss Kate. I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory Edgeworth's son.
Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth's.
Damn, she's moving.
Oh, how wonderful! I meet the son after 18 years. It's an honor to meet you, defense attorney Miles Edgeworth.
Wow, that was amazing. Still got that golden voice, Miss Kate.
Actually, I'm a prosecutor.
Oh, so you are a prosecutor. My most sincere apologies, Monsieur Edgeworth.
This woman is very polite, but slightly odd.
Katie, can I get your autograph right here, pretty please?
Yes, if you so desire.
Why do you want an autograph? Huh?
Hey, don't tell me you don't know who she is. My, you really don't keep up with the entertainment news, do you, Miles?
What is this unbearable atmosphere?
She's a superstar actress who's been in tons of musicals and movies. She's a great singer, too.
Currently, I'm the curator of this museum. I've already retired from the stage. I finished filming my role for my last movie a few days ago. My co-stars also said that they would come here once I opened the doors. And here you are, Monsieur Artiste. I return this to you.
Thanks a bunch, Katie. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life. Well, well, looks like me and Larice share the same interests.
So I gathered. Larry, you said you're here to study art. Why don't you practice drawing as well? Since you're here at Miss Hall's Art Museum.
Oh, it would be an honor to have Monsieur Artiste sketch our exhibits.
Oh, I guess you have some good ideas every now and then, Edgy. I'll do a bit of sketching for Katie here.
What an amusing person.
Forgive the disturbance. Incidentally, who was the woman that was with you earlier?
That was Madame Delicia Scones. She's currently assisting in the treatment of Monsieur Gustavia in the infirmary. Even though I said infirmary, since this is an art museum now, it is only provisional. As I am the only staff member working here, I cannot take a leave of my duties for too long.
Delicia Scones. I believe we have heard that name before, Mr. Shields.
Yep, looks like the whole gang from the IS-7 incident's here. Well, I doubt that's a coincidence.
Monsieur Shields, Monsieur Edgeworth, would you care for some hot tea?
Oh, Miss Kate's tea. That takes me back.
Yes, if you please. Clatter, clatter, sippy, sippy. Woo, woo.
Now I must take my leave. I must explain the situation to the other visitors.
All right, thanks for everything.
Just two guys being dudes, I guess. It smells like Ceylon tea. I should drink it before it cools. Ooh, this Ceylon tea is of very high quality. And this aroma of citrus.
Does wonders for your concentration, right? Your old man said the exact same thing 18 years ago. The saucers back then were chilled. Today they're warm.
Anyway, don't you think the current situation is rather unusual?
What, you mean how everyone involved in the case 18 years ago is gathered at this museum?
Yes, I would like to be in charge of this case if at all possible. Oh, hey, there's Mike. There's the gang.
Mr. Edgeworth! Sir, are you okay?
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Shields! I came here as fast as I could when I heard that you were done in by the poison gas.
Oh, my sweet honey Kay. How about a hug after being parted for so long?
No. Jeez, so you're perfectly fine? I can't believe you made us worry so much.
Detective Gumshoe? What is the meaning of bringing Kay here?
I'm sorry, sir. I knew the gas was dangerous, so I tried to stop her. But no matter how much I ran and ran and ran and ran, I couldn't gain any ground.
When it comes to running away, no one is faster than the Yatagarasu.
But you weren't running away from here. Or her? Maybe that was a typo, probably. Yo, Gumshoe in the fucking mask.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir.
Actually, wait, no.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime scene. Since there might be still traces of gas in the room, I'll have to ask everyone to wait here.
Very well. I'm counting on you.
Good luck in there, Flatfoot.
Wow, Gummy's so cool. He's just like a detective.
He is. But that's what he is. Damn. Gumshoe deserves more credit. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like the poison gas has dissipated, sir.
Okay, you are aware most of us have, like, jobs. True. Detective, calmly explain the state of the Autumn Palace.
Yes, sir. I'll start with the exhibits. On the left, there's a statue with two people. And on the right, there's a statue of an animal with two horns.
A statue of two people and a statue of an animal with horns. Isn't that the exact same thing I saw in the Winter Palace?
Also, the room is wet with water thanks to the sprinkler system. It also prevented the gas from harming anyone else.
Sprinkler system. Was there a fire in the room?
There are no signs of a fire, and the fire alarm hasn't gone off either, sir. The sprinklers in this museum are the kind that detects both smoke and fire. If it detects smoke, it will send an alert to the security room. I think the poison gas might have set off the alarm in the security room, sir.
Was there anyone in the security room at the time?
The only one working here is the curator, Miss Catherine Hall, sir. She has been in the reception booth, opposite the security room, ever since the museum opened.
Did Miss Hall turn on the sprinklers?
The sprinkler system can only be operated manually from the security room, sir. If it had been automatic, it would have sprayed water all over the exhibits. Since the system is manual, the situation can be examined and the exhibits moved if need be.
I guess there would be more priority over the exhibits in the building. Only at a museum.
Way too cold in this room, sir.
Also, yeah, good point. Are there fire alarms that don't sense smoke? I mean... yeah.
Isn't this supposed to be the Autumn Palace? It feels more like the dead of winter in here.
The Autumn Palace is cold?
I checked the thermostat earlier and it was set to 27 degrees Fahrenheit. I couldn't believe it.
Why would the Autumn Palace be set to the same temperature as the Winter Palace?
That's about all I know for now, sir. If I figure out anything else, I'll give you another call.
I see. I'm counting on you, Detective. Beep.
What did Gummy say?
He said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace.
Huh? I don't get it.
I've been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating. I'd like to know what it's like in there myself.
Isn't there anyone else who knows about the incident?
There is someone. Miles' friend, right?
Friend?
Though he's such a nuisance, we have no choice but to listen to what he has to say for now. He's relevant. He wouldn't be in the... Well, actually, no, he would probably still be in the case if he wasn't.
Wait, you mean... Oh, you're here too, Kay. You look as cute as ever. Long time no see. It's Larry, isn't it? Kay, right now my name is Larice. I'm an artist, that's why. Oh, so that's your pen name. Larice, the artist formerly known as Larry. Wow, you really are a good girl, Kay. Nothing like edgy here.
Larry, I have many things I need to ask you.
What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again. You're gonna say because I was first on the scene I must be the culprit, aren't you?
I mean, I'm sure there's at least, yeah, I mean, at least a couple times Larry's helped out, but also it's just... we just keep running into him, huh? I never said anything like that. I only want you to tell me what you saw. You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see, did you not?
But, now I'm saying I didn't see nothing. I didn't do nothing. Probably.
Oh my, you didn't seem so confident at the end there. There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary, since he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. Also have to try and extract the truth from him. Oh boy. To the chest dimension with ye! My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However...
I didn't see nothing! I didn't do nothing!
Larry is an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see. First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can handle. This isn't something I can't handle. I'll finish this quickly. Oh, let's do it. Give me those really loud sounds. Why'd you come here? Why'd you come? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery?
What? Are you saying that I don't belong in an art gallery?
Oh, wait and see. You're gonna lose, Larry's gonna eat the pieces. True! True.
Hey, if you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait.
And then I'll scribble all over the portrait I drew of you.
Your paintings are all scribbles. Ooh. 35. Oh yeah, that's the level with the dog shit drift. Honestly, if you just jump over the drift panels, it's not a good level, but it's more manageable. It's really funny.
I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings, of course. They're works of art, after all.
I don't think any of your works would qualify as art.
Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist.
Those people are blind. Wait and see.
Mandy is my girlfriend, but it's really my painting she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes.
Then why are you here on your own today?
Well, so what? Can a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone?
Go spend time with her. Wait and see.
Mandy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it on our next date.
You really have that much confidence in the sketch?
Well, I'm not so confident about this one, but I thought she would be happy with a sketch of her astrological sign.
You came to see the Gemini sculpture? He seems chill enough now. I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, didn't you?
What? How'd you find out?
Because you just unknowingly told me everything.
Well, then I'm not saying another word from now on.
He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. I'll try to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery. Yeah, fill that meter. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do at the art gallery? Just what did you do in this art gallery?
What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around in the fountain patio. Fuck!
You forgot to get a pamphlet. Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay the admission fee?
Is that right? So, the admission wasn't free, huh?
You didn't pay? Don't tell me you sneaked in here without paying.
I'm sorry! I didn't mean to do anything bad. Stop throwing chess pieces at me!
They're not real chess pieces.
Stop throwing mental chess pieces at me! It's causing me real mental anguish! It's just, there was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could come in here for free.
Miss Hall wasn't there. Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk.
Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth.
Poor Katie. She went to all that trouble to open up the place. And now the art of the art of galleries? The art gallery star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined.
You know about the Winter Palace? You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you?
What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see a Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here.
He confessed quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Did you enter the Winter Palace? What did you see in the Winter Palace? I have no more use for you. Did you enter the Winter Palace? Did you also enter the Winter Palace?
What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but...
You couldn't? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right?
Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out.
Is it because of the victim? I wish there was unique dialogue for saying meat picture no reason. I mean, there probably is. I just don't want to risk wasting time in this mechanic because, like, I don't know what happens if you run out. Do you have to start over from the very beginning? Oh, there isn't? Okay. So you couldn't get in because of the victim poison gas collapsed?
Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace.
Huh. You seemed a lot more normal about getting a chess piece chucked to you that time.
Yeah, I'm used to it at this point.
Huh? I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace.
If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now.
Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. This should be a useful clue. What did you see? Did you see anything in the Winter Palace?
You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say that I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I needed to leave soon to meet with my girlfriend.
Perhaps you should try using that clue.
What about your sketch?
You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right?
Oh, that one hurt for some reason. Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right?
You saw something scary? My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Yeah, this one was pretty easy, honestly. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you?
Ah! Edgy, can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping any more secrets from you.
You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but finally, it's checkmate.
I had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture.
You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one.
What? Was it a mirage then?
Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini.
I knew it.
I don't know why, but whenever Larry does like the really fucking deadpan faces like these, it's just really funny to me for some reason. I expected to be a bit more shocked at the news.
I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage.
Transformation, you say?
Oh, you're curious too, Edgy. Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you.
Show me. What exactly?
I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I really can't believe what I drew.
Picture? What picture?
This one right here.
Huh? What? What is this disturbing picture? Why is there a pool of Pepto-Bismol next to the sculpture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood?
Maurice, this picture is scary.
Okay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed to a goddess right before my eyes.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of cracked. Unfortunately, he's a little bit cracked when it comes to art.
I
couldn't help but scream.
So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. What do you mean when you say transformed?
I don't really understand it myself. Lower half of its body just turned into a fish.
A fish goddess, huh? That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transform into.
Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish?
Edgy, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish.
Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one.
Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer?
Even a sketch like this can be used as a scrap paper after all. I don't know why you're dumb. It's a good piece. I don't know what you're fucking talking about, dude.
How could you?
But it's strange. Why'd only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed. I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Edgeworth might just hate art. I don't know. Maybe. Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene.
Right. Good work, Detective. Boop. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective.
Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture.
If Kay's going, I'm going too.
I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. So, this is the Autumn Palace. It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace.
Been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you, that hairy butts guy? Wrong, I'm Larice Stoneham.
Never mind that, Detective. Your report, if you please. Roger that,
sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident.
Was it used to heat something? Was that letter always there on the ground?
It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. Poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir.
The Pisces sculpture.
Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what that sculpture next to it is?
It's with the Autumn Palace. It would probably be the Capricorn sculpture.
As expected, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth.
A fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident.
No matter what it is or how it got here. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
It's because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off.
Alright, schwip.
Wow, they're beautiful.
Here we go. You don't think this transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell?
See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all.
Ugh. Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. You wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces, it looks like Gemini.
Capricorn is half fish, too. I had the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up.
The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace, so it seems. Mr. Shields? Looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace, too. Hold it. Who's there? Oh, people just keep appearing here, dude. Mr. the Best and Judge Courtney. They just keep showing the hell up.
Hey, you guys again? This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective.
That's quite the cast, yeah?
In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment.
You got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate.
Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that.
That?
Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday. I've always wanted to say that.
Ugh, you're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal.
Hold it, DeBest. I'm only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame.
So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary?
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, but it would be really nice to get my salary raised.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgments.
There she goes, she stanced up with the gavel again.
Prosecutor Edgeworth and all his company, depart from this holy site. But that's... we only just got here. The one given the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian.
In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case.
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit.
What? Who, pal?
Well, naturally, that artist.
Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy?
Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how unculpable you are.
I'm always used to people holding that third tisk, gonna be honest. What do we have to care? I mean, I guess. Seems he doesn't even know what inculpable means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable. Yes, he's incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas.
And what was the cause?
Some normal substance. What's his name again? Hold on a sec. I'll call the doctor to make sure. Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called? The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of criminals. Their names are Normalium and Fatalium.
Fucking shut up. Come on. Fucking unobtainium sounding ass names.
So, what are those chemicals exactly? Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but Fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain. Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for? is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatoxin X. White. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now, we are looking into how this chemical was obtained.
Okay. Look at them pour that shit.
Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals.
Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again.
Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist!
Oh, he is wearing that. Oh, yeah, shit, he is, huh? Interesting.
You're treating me as the culprit just because of that!
Yeah, nobody actually brought that up last time, so.
I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy, don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot?
Jesus fucking. First off, Larry pot meat kettle. Second off, just come out swinging, I guess. Christ. Indeed. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd.
Hey, don't ignore me! It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear at night, show us a reasoning that shines the best. First star shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too.
It's been a good week for Kiki on these streams. There's been not one but two pathetic men in the spotlight.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine? We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. Please watch what you say.
Larry, come on. You have a fucking girlfriend, dude.
My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
Please pay no heed to this man's statements.
Hey, you guys! Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you're already admitting defeat, you should take your leave.
Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Well, you know, we'll smite him anyway. That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. Sure. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical agent caused in paint, right? No, it needs more. It's the best. Your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star.
It shines the best like a shooting star, right?
It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture.
Exactly! So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? Using normalium in his red paint.
I'm still feeling the vibes for Courtney personally. I mean, I'm currently at the point where it's like, yeah, she's just kind of like, what's her face from Spirited Justice, which is not exactly a great impression to leave. But also, well, you know, we still got game to go. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. That poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself.
Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused a fatality.
Oh, don't tell me. You just misheard the forensic report.
Darn it!
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are.
Hey, what do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier and you still don't know what it means.
Yeah, like, I'm not like, I don't have negative feelings towards her right now. I'm just like, yeah, she's just, I don't know, she's just doing what she's supposed to do. She's serving her purpose in the narrative. I'm just kind of indifferent at the moment. We'll see.
He means to say you are lacking in ability.
Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning.
I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you?
I'm merely saying you were incapable in your investigation.
Before you insult Sebastian,
I still have some doubts about your own statement. What kind of doubts?
for all we know, Mr. Artist could simply have entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's...
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
The most important thing now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern.
Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate.
Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas.
How the poison gas started. I may have something that sheds some light on this matter.
Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us! How did the poison gas start?
Was there something in here? Yeah. Right, the fucking Pepto-Bismol. Right. And how do you make that? Red and white.
Surely you're not saying this was the cause of the poison gas.
Seems even you've noticed it.
Duh, it really stands out!
Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium.
Wait a second! If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas?
I don't have time to play along with him. Those red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas.
What? Just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed? That could also be seen in this.
That could also be seen in this sketch. Fuck, we're going a bit too fast. Ugh. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bap, 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 bap. A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed.
Hold on a second. I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed?
Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist. So you should know about mixing paints, right? What do you add to red to make pink?
Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink. It's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others.
That's enough. Now do you understand, Mr. DeBest?
That's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid.
Yes, exactly. Took him long enough.
I see. Looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. We really know if the color was a result of two chemicals mixed together,
I don't know, you want to taste it?
Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
So cold. But that's part of her charm.
Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately.
No the fuck you ain't, bitch. It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further.
Hey, couldn't we find that out if we talked to the victim, pal?
The victim, Dan Gustavio, remains unconscious and is in critical condition.
That's right.
Bam! Boom! Bop!
Well then, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now. All of you, please vacate the premises.
Sure. We'll see what he can accomplish. What do you got, Larry?
If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. There's something you would like to say, Mr. Artist?
Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty.
My name is Justine Courtney. Please don't judge me as such a strange title.
Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Larice Donham, but you can call me Larice.
Mr. Artist, please get to the point.
I just remembered something I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't get in. But then that old dude just suddenly fell through the door.
It would appear the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But just because you say it was so doesn't mean the door was locked. Without proof, your statement holds no value.
I always forget his voice is so deep.
Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you? What? After all, we can confirm the room was locked too. Right, Miles?
Yes, I remember as well. Where the palace should be.
This way?
It was locked up, yeah. Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered the room.
Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak.
As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find he wasn't carrying a gas mask either.
Is that so? Well, then I have no choice but to agree.
Huh? Was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicions surrounding Larry. It seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again.
Not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. He sure has a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. In that case, there is one more suspect who has yet to take the stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go.
Huh. But I wanted to talk to you a little more, Justy.
Larry's just like that, true.
Overruled.
Your cold demeanor leaves me memorized all the more.
This other suspect is a pharmacist by the name of Delicia Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the Fatalium from Megatoxin X, but a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly. Best if we brought her in quickly? Sounds good. Leave it to me. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation.
Got it.
Don't tell me Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning.
So, Mr. DeBest's logic wasn't any help at all.
Megatoxin X. Yeah, I got too caught up in the Normalium and Fatalium. Megatoxin X, low-key, a little underrated. Judge Courtney, just what was she thinking? Huh. Okay. It just fades out like that. Okay, interesting. Huh. Well, as far as, like, we've been playing the game-wise, we're still under 3 hours. Maybe I could go just a little longer, but also there could be a chance this next part ends up being really fucking long. So if I find a good cutoff point, I'll just stop it there. I can go just a little longer, maybe.
You said it would only be a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awfully long time. Sorry to keep you waiting. Prosecutor DeBest presents Miss Delicia Scones.
Yesy, you called, so here I am. It is I, Delicia Scones, this pharmacist who makes delicious drugs. But you can call me Miss Delicious.
And you can call me Mr. DeBestest.
Oi, nice to meet you, bestie.
She really hit him with the bestie. They've gone straight to nicknames.
Huh? That boy reminds me of someone.
This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son.
Yesy, nice to meet you, Miley.
You know, I'll feel it out. If I run out of water before this part's done, then yeah, I'll stop. I think is how I'm gonna go about it. Could you please not call me Miley?
Meeting Greggy's boy, I guess it's a sign that I'm getting old.
She just looks exact. Yeah, she has not aged a day. It's interesting. How old is this woman? I mean, yeah, they kind of like, what's the word? They kind of lampshaded a little by just saying, oh, she's a mystery. Her age is a mystery. But yeah, it's like still very, very interesting. Hello.
Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask, Miss Pharmacist?
Oh, right, yeah. Miss Delicious, could you tell us the reason for why you came to the gallery?
Yesy, I came to see the curator Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often.
Is it
True, Miss Pharmacist, you also assisted in the treatment of Miss Gustavia.
a lot of fake bad British accents today? And like different amounts of Britishness. She could be anywhere from 30 to 1,000, that's true. Yeah, it just literally says, no age? Damn.
I guess you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow, you made the antidote on the spot? Yesy, as long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see. Instead of sending him to the hospital in critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could do. The rest depends upon his body's ability to recover.
Also, girl, you are splattering that stuff all over the place. You can mix a little slower, I think. It's not going anywhere.
Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious?
Yesy, although it's been 18 years since I last saw him, I only knew that he had become a world-famous pastry chef.
Is the victim that famous? Those drugs. God. We have to cook!
I heard the news that he had won a competition for designing desserts.
That reminds me, I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Sangfa.
Sorry, there was a mosquito there on the desk. Now, let's get down to business. Miss Pharmacist? Are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X?
Yesy,
It's the drug that's used to kill those things. It's mega effective.
because the effects are so potent, it's not available to the general public.
What are those things you're referring to?
It's a drug for vanquishing creatures that strike fear into the heart of a lady. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like.
Ah, I think I know what she's talking about. So, Miss Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing? Do you know what happens when Normalia mixes with Vitalium?
Yesy, I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megatoxin X. Hazardous when mixed.
When the two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and gas is released. Inhaling a large amount of this gas can cause breathing difficulties and even death. From the amount of poison gas Gusty breathed in, I think there was probably at least 500 milliliters of each chemical in the gas.
As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed.
Normalium is an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as heat is applied.
It also has red color and a minty fragrance. Due to its low cost, it's used everywhere. Vitalium is white, watery liquid.
That's enough for now. As expected of a pharmacist, you're very knowledgeable.
Yesy, of course I am.
Megatroxin X is one of the chemicals that the company I work for produces. But not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear.
Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she cooking behind that smile?
Oh, Flatfoot, have you made progress in the investigation or something?
Yeah, let me tell you. The glass cases that contain the sculptures can be opened by a mechanism in the lid.
What strange cases.
The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. The inside of the Pisces case was set to 27, so my hand nearly got stuck to the ice.
A good thing it didn't. So then,
From the lid of the Pisces case, we detected slight traces of mammalium.
not bad.
Huh? If the mammalium was in a glass case at a temperature of 27 degrees Fahrenheit, then it would have been frozen to the lid.
Really? So what happened?
Is it the best? Why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief? I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief.
So you really want to help me out that much? Fine, I'm not really sure how this all works, but you, get on with it!
I hate being bossed around by this guy.
But to arrive at the truth, I'll do it!
What's up?
Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need of your power.
I think it's also like the constant allusion to goddesses. It just makes me think of the spirit of justice stuff, probably.
Don't be such a stick in the mud, Courtney Pie. We have approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem?
Could it be there's something that PIC doesn't want us to find out?
That's none of your concern. If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you're qualified by asking you a question.
What is she planning?
Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us.
Well then, Miles. The person who opened the Pisces case and set off the gas? When you think of circumstances, there's only one person it could have been. Yeah. Let me at it. Dick gumshoe! No. There was no one in the Autumn Palace other than the victim, Dang Gustavia. It's hard to believe it could have been anyone but him.
Seems that way. Very well. I'll allow you to participate this time. However, if I feel you are a hindrance, I will have to ask you to leave.
Understood. What I don't understand is why the victim opened that case. I deadass thought she just fucking pulled out a gun. Man. Based on the information we gathered so far, let's recreate the scene before the gas.
Got it!
Wow. It does kind of look like that, yeah. Don't scare me like that!
So, this is the true power of Sir Thief.
I'm sorry, for half a second I saw like 8 characters on the screen. My brain short-circuited for half a second trying to scramble to remember which one is Courtney. Sometimes this happens. Let's investigate the Pisces sculpture post-haste. It's frozen mammalium on the lid of the Pisces sculpture's glass case.
It's frozen so thick you can't even open the lid.
On the actual glass case, the lid was heavily cracked. It was like someone had it out for the Pisces sculpture, sir.
You have any idea how it came to be cracked like this? Crack?
Well, the damage didn't seem to have come from outside the glass case, sir.
I see. So the inside of the case was below freezing point, and the case had developed cracks. There are no signs of external damage. With this we can deduce.
Below freezing? Like Mr. Edgeworth's cold stare.
And cracked? Like Mr. Edgeworth's furrowed brow.
Thermal fracturing! The cold glass case was heated from the outside, causing it to crack.
But why did thermal fracturing occur here, and what caused it?
Inside the thermally fractured glass case, there was frozen mammalium.
Oh, that face means you probably thought of something, Miles.
Indeed, I have. I wonder. I know how Mr. Gustavia was able to open this glass case.
What? How can you possibly know something I don't?
I'd say the things he does know are in the minority.
Hey, aren't you gonna let me know? How did Jane Gustavia open the glass case?
I mean, that's a heating thing, isn't it? This gas burner that was found in the Autumn Palace showed signs of recent use. I believe this was the cause of the thermal fracturing in the Pisces sculpture's glass case.
A gas burner? Why would he use something like that? Yeah, I got it! The lid was frozen shut, so he had to use the burner to melt the ice.
Indeed, that is correct.
I just had a late start. I'm still the best, you know. Late start? You didn't even understand a single thing, did you? That's just because Mr. Ezra's explanation was too hard to follow.
God, I will say, yeah, there are some, like, S-tier dynamics happening in this game. Okay, why don't you update the little thief so that he can understand it?
If you say so. Alright, let's restart the recreation.
Woo! The victim, Dan Gustavia, was the only one to enter the Autumn Palace. If he used the gas burner then, the mammalium in the glass case would have melted.
And then?
The melted mammalium would have come into contact with the fatalium inside the case, and then produced the poison gas. The moment Mr. Gustavia opened the lid, he would have begun to inhale the gas. He managed to drag himself out to the fountain patio before his strength ran out. So he inhaled the gas when he opened the lid. Seems he finally understands.
But why did Mr. Gustavia open the glass case of the Pisces sculpture?
The victim's goal. That I do not yet know. Still working on that part. Perhaps he had the same reason as Uncle Ray.
Maybe he actually came to see the Winter Palace, not the Autumn one. Uncle Ray also thought that this was the Winter Palace at first. Oi! You too, Ray Ray! Actually, I thought so too. It looks just like Icy's room from 18 years ago. It's even got the exact same plants in front of the door.
It seems everyone involved with the IS-7 incident made the same mistake. It is imperative that we investigate the real Winter Palace immediately. I should suggest that to Mr. DeBest.
I get it now. Yeah, that's how it was.
Huh, did you think of something? Oh boy, dude, when that xylophone kicks in.
The victim committed suicide. He thought he would look refined if he died in an art gallery. Have you even been listening? Well, if you're as smart as me, just hearing half of the story will be enough.
Yeah, I think honestly he may have like his character theme might be in like the top 3 funniest for the fucking series.
Sebastian, I'll explain it from the top later.
Top? That means best, right? Alright, I'll leave it to you.
Yes, it would indeed be best to let Judge Courtney handle him.
That aside, don't you have some information to inform everyone of? Ah, I totally forgot.
What are you talking about?
We did a little checking on that pharmacist. We, meaning me, the best prosecutor's subordinate. That's not something to brag about. Shut up, you! Quiet down and listen! Suicide is, off the table for now. Yeah. That's because, in short, that pharmacist is the culprit. She set up the gas as a trap. No! It's a terrible shame, Miss Pharmacist. How could one in the profession of saving lives stoop to extinguishing them? Huh? What are you saying? I would never do such a thing.
Mr. the Best, do you have a basis for these accusations?
Of course, this is my basis. Her pharmacist license. It would permit her to handle Megatoxin X, right?
And its active ingredient, Fatalium, was one of the components of the poison gas.
Exactly! That chemical is almost impossible for ordinary people to obtain. But that pharmacist is another story altogether. It wasn't me! You've got it all wrong! And that's not all. A bottle of Megatoxin X was found in the victim's pocket. And on the bottle, we found clear fingerprints. Yours! You and the curator took the victim to the infirmary, right? That would have given you the perfect opportunity to plant the bottle on him. That's...
Twice in a row is not a good look, true.
You are the only pharmacist on the premises who could have handled Megatoxin X. Furthermore, as for the curator of this art gallery, you're an acquaintance of hers. You would have had access to the gallery at any time in order to prepare the poison gas trap. Please wait! That Megatoxin X, it was stolen! Trying to lie your way out of this won't go well with me. It's true! Look, I've got the proof right here in my bag.
What is she searching for?
Not this. Not this either.
Oh? I remember seeing cloth like that recently.
Ah, here. Please, take a look at this.
Some sort of paper.
What's it say?
April 1st. Theft reports accepted. Stolen item, Megatoxin X. This is a theft report acceptance certificate.
What? Yeah, see, truth is, 1 week ago my Megatoxin X was stolen. 1 week ago? That means you didn't have it with you today? Yeah, see, the bottle you just found is probably the one that was stolen from me. I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never even think about mixing it with Normalium.
But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person?
Well, you never know when those things will appear. Those creatures that infest the kitchen, striking fear into the heart of a lady, right? Although if you had a rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one blow. Or if you had a gavel like Courtney, I don't know. She smacked a mosquito earlier with one, with hers, it was pretty cool. Justine, what do we do now? Well then, we really accept this theft report. Let's ask for confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether or not she's lying.
I just keep an extremely deadly substance on my person at all times in an unsecured space. True!
Right, well then I'll just call and confirm it. It looks like Miss Delicious isn't the culprit.
Indeed. If she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it in the way that incriminates her the most.
So, Miles, who do you think is the culprit?
Restricting the actions of a victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning. And there's only one person here capable of that.
Huh? Uncle Ray would like to know too. Who do you suspect?
The
one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was...
fuck. Honestly, by process of elimination, it can really only be her, huh? It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. However, I still don't have any evidence that she is the criminal yet. I see. Is... The way he said that just now, it sounded like he had been expecting it. Ha! Good job, Miles. As expected from Uncle Ray's future apprentice. I have no intention of becoming your apprentice.
And I will now announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision.
That means your logic was completely faulty.
You're wrong! My real performance is still to come.
Really? And how do you plan to proceed with your investigation?
That's... First, we'll need to speak with the curator.
And after that?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Sebastian, Mr. Gustavia may have had business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well. Oh, that's good too, yes. Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once.
Got it, sir.
Justine, let's go talk to the curator. Yes, let's proceed.
We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well. All right. Moments of truth.
All right, I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say. Mr. DeBest, weren't you gonna go and talk to her yourself? Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I have to do is wait for their reports. I'm the best prosecutor after all.
Such arrogance.
Well, this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna chill for a bit. Oh, what's that in the fountain? Ah!
Oh, shit.
Ah, there's a dead body in the fountain!
What is the meaning of this? It's murder again, baby!
Silence, everyone! Forensics, identify this body at once.
It's terrible, pal!
Please be quiet, detective.
The ice sculptures in the Winter Palace! They've all melted, pal!
What? 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 What?
What's going on here?
There are 2 victims now.
This is all just like 18 years ago.
Once again, the ice sculptures have melted.
Again?
Everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now. This is no mere coincidence.
Don't you think so, Miles?
Yes. The key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident. This is what I believe.
That's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too.
Looks like it's time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident. Oh shit, nice. That's a perfect cutoff point. That's actually perfect. There we go. Woo! Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Fuck. Nobody told me there were 2 Ace Attorney games with really good third cases. Well, actually, there's 3. But hey, yeah. Sometimes it just works. But yeah, good stream, everybody. I'm not gonna say goodbye just yet, because I want to set up a raid. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Boink. It is my friend Ty's birthday. And I would like you all, when we enter and raid him, to just give him a good old happy birthday, Ty, okay? That's all I'm asking for. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Ollie, our message is just happy birthday, Ty, okay? You just hit him with one of these. All right. Thank you for stopping by.